Hello ladies and gentlemen, and movie lovers of all kind, welcome back to another Top 10 Wednesday, or Top 10's Day if you prefer. For today, we are going to be counting down the top 10 action movie heroes. Coming in at number 10 is going to be Martin Riggs. Martin Riggs is from the Lethal Weapon franchise and is arguably Mel Gibson's biggest role. And this crazy-eyed cop is exactly as described. Every criminal's worst nightmare. His tactics may be a little unorthodox, but he knows how to handle himself and definitely knows his way around a gun. And the character was popular enough to spawn 3 sequels after the original, as well as a TV series that was just cancelled, but it did run for quite a few seasons. Mel Gibson brings his usual lunacy to this role, and this character has since become an icon in the action genre. Coming in at number 9 is Frank Martin. Frank Martin is the character that made Jason Statham an action star and a household name. The character was popular enough to spawn Statham 2 sequels, a TV series, and a failed reboot that didn't have Statham in it. Frank Martin is the transporter. He can drive, he can shoot, and he can kick rooms full of ass. Whether we end up getting another Transporter movie or not starring Statham is up to the Hollywood gods, but if we don't, we have far more than enough badassery in the 3 films that we got to last us a lifetime. Coming in at number 8 is John Wick, the Baba Yaga himself. He is a man of focus, precision, and sheer will, and everybody in the underworld knows his name and exactly what he's capable of with even just a pencil. It has arguably already become Keanu Reeves' most iconic role, neck and neck with Neo from the Matrix series, but I mean, let's face it, John Wick already has 1 solid sequel, with more than likely another sequel on the way that may even top the last one, and the Matrix has the Matrix and then 2 sequels that are there. Coming in at number 7 is Indiana Jones. Not your typical action hero, I know, but whether it's his college professor Vassad or his gun and whip toting treasure hunting alter ego, he's rugged, he's charming, he always gets the girl, and no matter the odds, he always saves the day. Indiana Jones has already had 4 films with a 5th on the way. We'll see how it goes. Wasn't a fan of the last one. At least we already have 3 solid flicks of action awesomeness from Mr. Jones. Coming in at number 6 is going to be James Bond. Whether it's Craig, Connery, Brosnan, or more, James Bond is the ultimate spy and gentleman. And with that, he also seems to constantly find himself with equally intelligent foes in their army of goons. Of course, looking back at the old Bond films, not all of them have really aged quite that well, especially in the action category. Coming in at number 5 is going to be Jason Bourne. The only thing that surpasses the Bourne flicks in their fantastic storytelling is the badassery of their main character. He always seems to come out on top, and piece of advice, if you do even want to stand a chance in a fight against Mr. Bourne, don't let him near any pens. Coming in at number 4 is going to be John Rambo, the tortured Vietnam vet who's still got it. Every sequel went bigger and bigger until we hit the absolute bloodbath that was the 4th film titled Rambo. An all-out action fest loaded with enough gore to bring a tear to Eli Roth's eye. Mr. Rambo was undeniably one of the most iconic action stars to ever grace the silver screen, and I absolutely cannot wait to see the 5th and final upcoming installment, Rambo 5: The Last Blood. Coming in at number 3 is going to be Ethan Hunt. For the first 2 movies, he's your normal spy guy, but over the last few entries, Tom Cruise has taken himself and this character to immeasurable heights. Quite literally, whether it's climbing the Burj Khalifa, hanging on the outside of a plane, doing a halo jump, jumping from building to building and breaking his ankle, this man has sacrificed himself, body, mind, and soul to get the most perfect shots. Coming in at number 2 and the runner-up on this list is going to be the Terminator. Now I know not necessarily an action hero like the rest of them on this list, but let's face it, Terminator 2 is one of the best, if not the best, action movie of all time. The T-800 seems to become more and more obsolete with every subsequent sequel, yet still always manages to find a way to win the fight. The Terminator is always programmed with one mission in mind, and he will do whatever it takes to get the job done. And coming in at number 1 and the ultimate action movie star is John McClane. Now, of course, I'm speaking about the John McClane pre-Live Free and pre-A Good Day, and by that I mean before he became an indestructible killing machine. We'll primarily focus on the original Die Hard for this one, as this is what cements him as the greatest action star of all time. What makes him so great is that he's just your everyday average Joe, caught in the most unlikely situation. He's outnumbered, he's outgunned, and he's without shoes. No matter how bad of a beating he takes, no matter how many bullets he fires, no matter how much glass he steps on, and through all of that, he still manages to find time to be witty and to be spitting out unforgettable one-liners. So that is my list for today. If you like this video, be sure to like, subscribe, and comment, and let me know who are your top 10 favorite action movie heroes. And as always, thank you so much for watching, and that's a wrap.